2 days ago, we saw Nancy Pelosi deciding to finally order articles of impeachment to be drafted against President Donald Trump. Now, to clarify on the situation, articles of impeachment are a set of charges drafted up by the House against a public official. This could be against any public official, say a senator or another congressman, a judge, etc. But we normally associate this with the president, not only due to the recent news hype, especially from the mainstream media against Donald Trump, but also due to its history with Bill Clinton, Andrew Johnson from after the Civil War, and even in the case of Richard Nixon before he decided to resign from his presidency. That being said, with Nancy Pelosi trying to draft up articles of impeachment, she has specifically cited the whole Ukraine inquiry as well as implying a little bit with the whole Russian collusion narrative, despite it being debunked, with that being part of the charges. She specifically said that the interference of the election in the election, as well as obstruction of justice, are going to be the main points in the articles of impeachment. Those are going to be the charges that Donald Trump is going to be placed against, he's going to be facing should these be passed. This, however, is definitely not going to be a good idea. Nancy and Pelosi are just basically making the biggest mistake in their political careers. And it will severely hurt the Democrats as a result. Here's the thing. The inquiry itself has been met with so much controversy and flack. Not just from Republicans, but from so many people. Independents, liberals, that group. Because not only the whole calls for impeachment since day one of Donald Trump's presidency, and even before that, not just that, but the whole secrecy behind it before it was decided to finally engage with the impeachment inquiry formally. I've said before in one of my videos that there has been flack from Republicans over the whole closed doors testimony given to Democrats over the whole issue of impeachment. Again, this has been a major topic as of late, and it's been especially a major heavy concern with those in the center and of course in the right wing. But already, as a result, with the whole articles of impeachment, and even before then, we have seen a lot of cracks as a result of the entire impeachment inquiry. Here's what I mean. Back during the whole formulation of an actual formal inquiry into the president over his call with President Zelensky, there were 2 Democrats who decided to defect. Everyone else remained within party lines. The rest of the Democrats remained for this impeachment inquiry, while every single Republican was against it. And only 2 Democrats decided to vote against formalizing an actual impeachment inquiry. One of these people was Representative Van Drew of New Jersey, who was a representative in a district that Trump won. Now, there's already Van Drew has implied that there are many Democrats who are especially against impeachment but don't want to go against the far left or even Nancy Pelosi and further divide the party as a result. These people do not want impeachment, and I'm pretty sure that will be seen with there being an actual vote. I'm not sure if it will be enough in order to actually kill the articles of impeachment themselves, but it obviously shows a major division within the House of Representatives as well as the Democratic Party as a whole. It's just kind of funny because with these representatives happen to be representatives of districts that Trump won, and yet that this impeachment may likely kill their chances of re-election in 2020. And of course, this is a further sign of desperation from the Democrats. not just in terms of from their own party voices from their own party, such as the far left, which is by the way a major factor over Nancy Pelosi's decision with drafting the articles of impeachment. Because, I mean, you can obviously see that from her own face as a result. She didn't want this, but this is also the result of trying to gain as much, try to take advantage with the whole popularity of impeachment as of right now. Currently, it's 48% in favor of impeachment, although I would say that the polls are a little bit would change if this were placed nationally to the rest of the American public, and this because of, well, it's a poll. Usually, it's about 1,000 people that are sampled as a result. Currently, 52 people are opposed impeachment, and this used to be completely different back in October, since this was major news. Over 50% of people were in favor of impeachment. And they're, like I said before, the Democrats are trying to strike while the iron is hot. And so far, the iron is cooling as a result. And at this point, with the whole articles of impeachment, I think it's going to cool down really, really, really fast. Because so far, the inquiry's been nothing but boring crap and just he said, she said sort of issue, and not really concrete evidence, which is a major concern because the Democrats need that attention on the inquiry to further try to attack President Trump and to build their own case for impeachment. Now, let's say that this goes along, that the voting actually occurs, which it likely will and will probably proceed as a result. This will have to be sent to the Senate. The Senate are the ones who decide whether or not the president is guilty. And of course, due to the fact that there is Republican control, 53 seats who are Republicans, they will likely vote no, and the president will be acquitted as a result. Even people like Mitt Romney, who are definitely never Trumpers, will probably vote no as a result, due to the fact that the entire Republican Party would be completely on the side of President Trump. In one poll, 80% Republicans actually approve of President Trump's job as president. And considering that poll, that will affect Mitt Romney heavily, especially in a Republican state such as Utah. Of course, this also would come as a problem with the Democrats, since they would need at least 2/3 of the Senate, 2/3, to formally say that Trump is guilty and to finally kick him out of office. That is not going to be likely. Not only because of the whole Republican control, but just how partisan this whole impeachment process has been going on as of late. Now back to the original issue of impeachment proceedings going ahead. Even if they do go ahead, this will energize Trump and his supporters. This will be further proof that the establishment is trying to attack Donald Trump, as well as to try to retain their hold on power. And this is definitely going to be unintentionally advertised by the mainstream media, who's been very negative in terms of their coverage with President Donald Trump. They will they would be saying a lot of their own articles, and as well as their broadcast, that Donald Trump is going to be impeached. There's so many bombshells as a result, and we've already seen this during the whole impeachment inquiry, but I'm pretty sure that it will be ramped up to 11 if this vote is approved. Within the House, I mean, not the Senate. And finally, this will further destroy the Democrats. This will further divide them. And this will lead to two potential issues that may arise with the Democrats. Two potential issues. One, a split of the party. And I don't mean just with the already problem with the factualization of the Democrats, as well as the control of the far left having more in control with the Democrats, but I mean an actual split. I'm pretty sure that there will be a lot of people that would either leave the Democrats or just maybe just completely abandon the party as a result. Maybe even form their own party. Although I would say that the former idea of Democrats leaving the party would likely be the case due to the whole walk away movement, as well as Blacksit and so many other walking away movements from the Democrats being so popular as a result. Now this leads to the second scenario. The party will likely turn further left. And here's the reason why I say this. Why it will turn further left. In two certain situations. One of them is directly related to the first scenario. As the moderates leave the Democrats, this will turn the far left into the major hegemony within the Democratic Party. They will have their say, and they will want their far left policies to be the forefront of the for the Democratic Party and to be voted on by the entire electorate. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of the American public will not be in favor of many of these socialist-like policies as a result. And it'll spell further danger for the Democrats down the road. But that's a whole nother issue. Another way, and I would say that this is more likely, is that due to the fact that the Democrats will fail at impeaching and removing President Donald Trump, this will engage the far left to fight and try to get their own candidates onto the ballot. This will mean that more AOCs, more Rashida Tlaibs, more Ilhan Omars on the ballot, and probably getting rid of many of these incumbents as a result. This will nationally put the Democrats further far left, and it will be shown within the House of Representatives. Due to the fact that the far left will be more energized to change which Democrat is in their position of power. Either way, this spells doom for the Democrats. Either way. Nancy Pelosi obviously did not want this. A lot of the moderate Democrats, pretty sure, do not want this. Like I said, Van Drew is one of those people. But in the end, this is already the result. And with the articles of impeachment soon going to be voted on, and I'm pretty sure that the impeachment inquiry will also continue to try to maybe gain some traction and some more advertising for the impeachment process itself. There's no way that this is going to lead to the Democrats having a good political outcome. True, maybe in the short term, since they themselves will say, "Oh, we finally impeached him," but they are not going to remove him, and they're just going to energize not only just Republicans, but further convince independents to vote for Trump because of how partisan this issue is. This will, in my opinion, this will be kind of like how Bill Clinton's impeachment was, with the Republicans losing their majority in the House, and with the Democrats taking control. With, of course, Bill Clinton still retaining his presidency. Although I do have my issues on that, but that's completely different event regardless. This is not going to end well for Democrats. In the long term, there is going to be such major political consequence that I would be surprised that they themselves will survive as a unified party. That is how bad this situation is. And I'm pretty sure that even though this will be a defeat, a short-term defeat for President Donald Trump and the Republicans, it'll be a long-term victory in terms of not only the election, but also future ones, as well as support, as well as gain candidates as their own candidates within the House and Senate. I'm guaranteed that that will be the case. My name is Soami and the Arc Truth. Please post your comments down below, like this video, subscribe, and share with your friends. Also, if you have any issues with my videos, such as how I make them, how I frame them, how I speak, what I should improve, or if you have any suggestions on what subjects you may want me to cover, please post them down in the comment section below or directly message me. Thank you.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain.